This is a real landmark in Metallica's history. We've kind of shed our old skins and really got down to the bones of Metallica.
We've really learned a lot about how to communicate with each other and how to communicate what we need from each other.
The thing that's so weird about it, or ironic, or even sad, is Jason Newsted's model for what he wanted Metallica to be is basically the Metallica that exists now. Maybe he was like the sacrificial lamb for that to happen.
November 30th, 2000. Metallica hit the stage as tensions mounted, and their hard rock brotherhood reached a breaking point.
I knew that that was my last performance with Metallica. Appropriately, the song Fade to Black.
He was just in his own little cocoon, very incommunicado.
He basically just showed up. He didn't sit with us. He wasn't hanging or anything. It was just like, okay.
We had told him that we needed to talk after the show. That was the first time all four of us were in one spot for like a few months. We got off stage, and Jason wasn't around.
6 weeks later, Metallica met in a San Francisco hotel room to face each other and confront an uncertain future.
I had a proposition. That's how the meeting started. Let's just take 1 year off.
Jason told us that he was unhappy with the band. We said, why?
Don't you think that'd be cool? And everybody can have their time, and I could go and make my Echo Brain record.
We said, we can't take time off. We have to start making an album.
So I said, okay, well, I'm gonna have to step off. I'm walking.
We asked him to reconsider, and he wasn't really interested.
I got really emotional. I started bawling, and I said, what are we doing? Is this how it's gonna end?
And after he left, we started to take a hard look at ourselves, turn our eyes inward. Why did Jason leave? What part was ours in him leaving?
1986. Bassist Cliff Burton is killed in a tragic bus accident, and Metallica fan Jason Newsted gets a chance of a lifetime.
And there was no way anybody else was going to get this gig. This was my opportunity.
Newsted joined a band still reeling from the loss of a friend, and it's not easy.
The truth is, we grieved through Jason. I mean, we hazed him so hard.
It was his fault. We took it all out on him.
Hey, let's go!
And he was always thought of as the new guy. There was the three of us and Jason.
Jizzin' on ya. On the bass.
That ain't new, man. Remember, you could say you were going to come up with something new.
No, this shut up.
I guess we wanted to toughen him up. We wanted him to be as tough as us. We were brutal with him. And it never ended, really.
By the year 2001, family had taken precedence over the band. Both Lars and James were married with kids, leaving Jason with time on his hands.
I dedicated my life to music, so I have chosen not to be married or to have children. Music makes me alive. And when Metallica came to a point where they're taking months and months of time off from playing music, I have to still play music.
Jason made this record that he was super proud of, and he was told, you know, by James, you know, that he couldn't, you know, put that record out.
We're brothers. And I was struggling so hard to keep, you know, it's like choking Jason. I love you.
The rising conflict between Newsted and Hetfield exploded during an argument over the Echo Brain project.
My dedication was being questioned.
It was like, you can't be part of what's going on in Metallica, and you can't stray outside of Metallica, so you're stuck.
The person I respect the most disrespected me the most.
That's how I was taught to control things, through intimidation and rage.
And it just hit me in the head like a brick and said, you have got to stand up for your principles. Now's the time.
Do you bury me when I'm gone? Do you teach me while I'm here? Just as soon as I belong, then it's time I disappear.
I really love Jason. I respect him a lot as a friend and a musician. I felt like I lost a brother, and I still feel that way.
It felt like we were fragmented. We didn't feel like a band.
Ironically, James would be next to take leave of Metallica, with his enrollment in a rehab center for the treatment of alcohol abuse only months after Jason's departure.
It was just, look, right now, I'm not in Metallica. Leave me alone. I need to take care of myself. Trust me on this. Goodbye.
I was in shock. We didn't have James Hetfield. and we weren't sure if he would ever come back.
The Metallica train never slowed down long enough for anybody to take stock of the mental health of the individuals in the band. It was never considered. You had to hold on for dear life as this train was just going out of control to squash everybody in its wake.
Was Metallica's 20-year ride coming to the end of the line?
There's some heavy emotions going on, especially the first couple of bits there. The Jason stuff and the rehab stuff is pretty touching for me.